What's stopping you? Are you too tired? Didn't get enough sleep? Don't have enough energy? Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you right now? Don't have enough money? Is that the thing? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
The problem is you actually don't want to change.
You're actually tougher than you think. You never knew that. And maybe you didn't want to take on the responsibility because, people play a role in their own demise, so to speak. When you had opportunity to go out and explore or withdraw because you were afraid, you chose to withdraw because you were afraid. So it's not only that you were overprotected often, it's that you were willing to take advantage of the fact that you were overprotected and run back there whenever you had the opportunity.
Some of you, in the past, you've gotten momentum, you've gotten passionate, you've even made a decision, but a decision is the first step. Decision is like a war. I gotta do this or that. All right, I'm gonna make myself do this. But commitment is when you now, after you've decided, you commit to do this for the long term. Whether it's hard or easy, doesn't matter. You're doing this. It takes it from this moment and it carries it in the future even when things are difficult. Then once you decide, the only way the commitment and the energy and the momentum continues is if you take immediate, massive action is the cure-all. If you're having a difficult time with something, your relationship isn't where you want it to be, your finances are not where you want to be, your body's not where you want to be, your business is not where you want to be, you need to take massive action. And if that doesn't work, try something else. If that doesn't work, try something else. Keep going with massive action and you will find the way because it will give you momentum.
You deserve to see what your life would look like if you gave 120%. And what I need you to do is I need you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, come on, quit, stop playing. I deserve to see what my life would look like if I gave 120%. I'm challenging you. If you, listen to me, if you ain't brave enough to challenge yourself, if you ain't courageous enough to challenge yourself, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to get from where you are. I'm challenging you to stop settling. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to stop accepting the life that was given to you. And I'm challenging you for 21 days. I want you to stop giving 70, stop giving 80, stop giving 90, and you deserve to see what would happen if you gave 120%. I need you to have a vision of when you get to that 21 days, what do you want? What do you want to happen after that 21 days? What is dying in your life? Look, right now, what does mediocrity look like in your life? Look, what does defeat look like in your life? What are limitations? What are boundaries look like in your life? I challenge you 21 days to first cast a vision. And so now that I'm giving 120%, everything about my life looks different. Cast a vision. What will your life look like after those 21 days? Listen to me. Do me a huge favor. For the next 21 days, do it right or don't do it. Stop half doing stuff. Stop putting forth 50% effort, 60%. Look, stop. Do it right or just don't do it at all. Are you hearing me? Do it right. I don't want to hear good excuses, good reasons, what happened, why you couldn't do it. I don't want to hear it. Everybody got an excuse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything about this happening. The weather wasn't right, and get the finances, and this didn't come through when it was supposed to. Well, that person did. No.
When I did my research and starting a business, the most important thing you have to do, and a lot of you in here someday want to be like Larry and like Mr. Brent, is that you have to first stop being fearful. A lot of you will block your own success because you're fearful of what's going to happen. Because the comfort zone is here. Make a great living. My bills are paid. Everything is great. Oh, I'm scared to change. So you block your own growth. So you have to now say to yourself, hey, once you get the tools, once you've done your homework, then you can start making a move to say, okay, hey, I can be a businesswoman, a businessman, and start my own thing. But you got to believe in yourself first.
And I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people, 99% of people disagree with me on, right? Everybody says follow your passions. I say that's bullshit. right? I say follow your effort. It's amazing how we're all passionate about things. We are all passionate about something. Helping veterans, helping this organization, helping this group, that's great. But no matter what, it all nets out to where do you put your time? Because when people put in their time, you get better at things. And when you get better at something, you get good at something, then you have a chance to be great at something. And you know what I've learned? Nobody ever quits anything they're great at. And once you get great at it, it's amazing how passionate you become about it. Follow your efforts, right? Because it's not in the dreaming, it's in the doing.
Second thing is your beliefs. Essentially the beliefs that you hold about yourself, about your capabilities, about money, whether you have beliefs that attract money to you or that repel money, whether that you have beliefs that allow you to move through barriers and obstacles, or beliefs that cause you to shy away from barriers and obstacles. And the beliefs that we have really control our actions. We don't typically go at things or do things that we believe we're not good at. We don't take actions if we think we're going to fail. We shy away, and then of course we don't say that we're scared. We come up with a story. So the sort of these negative, these limiting beliefs instigate the telling of bullshit stories to ourselves, right? And it holds us back from success. So the idea is to understand what your core limiting beliefs are, and then to actually break those beliefs. And you can do that. It's not that difficult to do it. Do it in a seminar setting. You break the limiting beliefs, and you essentially empower somebody by helping them install their own beliefs in themselves. Because your beliefs are malleable. You can change them. So the idea is to essentially retrofit your beliefs to serve you and your outcomes. In the case of entrepreneurs, it's that money is not the root of all evil, that building a business is possible, that I can learn whatever I need to know, those sort of beliefs.
I advise students, as much as possible, look for the job that you would take if you didn't need a job. I mean, don't sleepwalk through life, and don't say it's all going to be great. I'll do this and I'll do that, and I'm just marking time for it to be over. I've told people that's like saving up sex for your old age. I mean, it just is not. It is not a good idea. Yeah.
What are you urging them to do?
I'll explain. Just what I'm talking about. Now, you really want to be doing what you love doing, and you can't necessarily find it on your first job. Right. But don't give up before you find it.
When I started Microsoft, I didn't think of it as all that risky. I mean, I was so excited about what we were doing. It's true I could have gone bankrupt, but I had a set of skills that were highly employable, and in fact, my parents were still willing to let me go back to Harvard and finish my education if I wanted to.
You've always got a job with me, brother.
And the thing that was scary to me wasn't quitting and starting the company. It was when I started hiring my friends and they expected to be paid. And then we had customers who went bankrupt, customers that I'd counted on to come through. And so then I got this incredibly conservative approach that I wanted to have enough money in the bank to pay a year's worth of payroll, even if we didn't get any payments coming in. And I'm almost true to that the whole time. We have about $10 billion now, which is pretty much enough for the next year. Anyway, if you're going to start a company, it takes so much energy that it better overcome your feeling of risk. I don't think that you necessarily, if you're going to start a company, should do it at the start of your career. I think there's a lot to be said for working for a company, learning how they do things. If you're young, it's hard to go lease premises. They made that hard for me. You couldn't rent a car when you were under 25 at the time, so I was always taking taxis to go see customers. People would say, well, we're going to go have a discussion in the bar. Well, I couldn't go to the bar. But that's fun, because I'll tell you, when people are first skeptical and they go, this kid doesn't know anything, then when you show them you've really got a good product and you know something, they actually tend to go overboard and they think, whoa, they know a lot. Let's really do an incredible amount with these people. So our youth, at least in this country, was a huge asset for us once we reached a certain threshold. It's hard to hire older people because they'll be a little bit conservative about whether they should come and take the risk. And it took 3 or 4 years before we could go out into the normal sort of employment pool. But those problems that come with starting a firm, you better think of those as part of the pleasure, part of the challenge that is part of the excitement.